motion, Mrs. Ryan, do I have a second? Second, Mr. Martinez, all in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign. The motion passes unanimously. Business office, action agenda A, business office. One, discussion of possible action to authorize the administration to solicit RFPs for insurance carriers for worker compensation and provide non-renewal notification to the current carrier.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
for purposes of brevity, I think those three can be taken in one motion if those are the wishes of the board and the
Okay.
president,
Okay, so then we'll go ahead and do A1, A2, and A3 together.
unless there's discussion.
Okay, give me 1 second. Number 2 is discussion of possible action to provide 30-day notice of non-renewal to our current agency/agent services for workers' compensation. And 3, discussion of possible action to authorize the administration to solicit RFPs for agency/agent services for workers' compensation. Mrs. Venecia. Mrs. Garza.
Good afternoon, members. This item was previously in one of our previous board meetings, and we're bringing it back today so that we can request to go out for RFPs for workers' compensation.
So we have a recommendation. Do you have any discussion on the board? We have a recommendation from the superintendent to approve these items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Howell. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second from Mrs. Delgado. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign? The motion passes unanimously. That does cover business office A1, A2, and A3 for the record. B, curriculum and instruction. B1, report on 2024-2025 bilingual ESL program. Mrs. Venecia.
Pulling that item agenda.
Okay, so we'll be pulling this item and we will then be moving along to item B2, discussion of possible action to approve the proposed 2023-2024 summer school program and summer addendum pay rates. Mrs. Venecia.
Yes, I'm making the recommendation to approve based on the 2024 projected summer school program budget summary.
This was something we received in our board packet.
Yeah.
So for this meeting, so are there any questions? Any discussion? No, so we have a recommendation from the superintendent to approve. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion from Mr. Martinez. Do I have a second? Second from Mrs. Delgado. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the same sign? The motion passes unanimously. Moving on to C, facilities, C1, discussion of possible action to approve final payment to Rabbi Kistner Inc. for building envelope consulting services. Mrs. Venecia? Okay, do we have any discussion from the board?
I just wanted to make a note on it. We had it on our previous agenda, and I had questioned, exactly what it was, because there was no detailed information as far as to what, at that point, there was brown envelope that was noted, so I just wanted clarity, and we received that clarity as far as to the services that were being provided, and the balances and the payments, so thank you, Mr. Rivera.
Yes, ma'am.
We do have a recommendation, we do have a recommendation from the superintendent to approve this item. Do I have a motion?
So,
We have a motion from Mrs. Vallejo. Do I have a second? Second from Mrs. Delgado. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the same sign? The motion passes unanimously. Moving on to executive session. We're gonna go ahead and go on to A, personnel, pursuant to section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code and attorney consultation pursuant to section 551.071 of Texas Government Code. 1, resignation, terminations, appointments, evaluations, reassignments, duties, and discipline of the professional, paraprofessional, and non-contract employees, teacher substitutes and substitutes for maintenance, transportation, and cafeteria department. Mrs. Venecia.
making the recommendation to approve.
Okay, we have a recommendation from the superintendent. Do we have any discussion?
And that's gonna be as noted.
No, this is just the personnel, we get into the contracts in a second. So no questions, any discussion? So we have a recommendation. Do I have a motion? We have a motion from Mrs. Delgado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Martinez. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. The motion passes unanimously. Number 2, discussion and consideration of librarians, counselors, registered nurses, and central office professionals, non-administrators, proposed contracts for the 2024-2025 school year, including chapter 21 and non-chapter 21 proposed contracts, proposed termination and chapter 21 contracts of and proposed termination of chapter 21 contracts and non-chapter 21 contracts. Mrs. Venecia.
I'm making the recommendation to approve it, except for what was noted in executive session.
Okay, do we need to have that person's name on the record?
No, you do not. As long as it's on the certified agenda and the list he has been marked out.
Okay, so we have a recommendation from the superintendent. Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Then we have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
Have a motion.
We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Delgado. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the same sign. The motion passes unanimously. We already handled letter B. Letter C, consultation with attorney on legal issues regarding Title IX investigation pursuant to section 551.071 and 551.0821 Texas Government Code. Mr. Saldana.
There's no action on that.
Okay, D, discussion and private consultation with the attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation, settlement matters, and or where the professional duty under the state board requires private consultation with the school attorney.
There's no action, Mr.
We
President.
have no action there. So then we have gone through the entire agenda, and now we need a motion to adjourn. Do I have that? We have a motion to adjourn from Mrs. Reyes. Do I have a second? Second from Ms. Delgado. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye, all opposed, the same sign. The motion passes unanimously. The time is now 1:24, and this meeting is now adjourned.